Okay, well, welcome to today's workshop. My name is Brian France, and today we're going to talk about how to maximize your lead flow via the internet using your website, right? And your website's ability to convert a visitor into a client. And this is all part of your 2017 Internet Marketing Plan. We did a webinar back in February, and we really dove deep into the digital dominance method. And we talked about everything from your website and the reputation and using PPC and retargeting, and so we really dove deep into all these. And today we're going to talk about the foundation, which is your website. And I'm really excited for that. I'm going to be over here looking for questions, and if anyone has any questions or anything, please, there on the right. There's also well, first a little bit of housekeeping. If you can just spend the next few minutes. I don't know if we'll need 60 minutes, but I plan for 60 minutes. And just turn off cell phones, Facebook, whatever you got going on in the background. Let's be here in the moment. You'll get the most out of it. And there is, well, first, who am I? My name is Brian France. I'm the owner and one of the owners at Mortgage Broker Marketing. And I'm also the author of the Complete Guide to Internet Marketing for Mortgage Brokers, which you can find on my website. Widely accepted as a premier expert in internet marketing for mortgage companies and mortgage brokers, and we've worked with several mortgage brokers around the nation, hard money lenders, everything, you name it. So, and so this is what we do. This is what we do as a company. We're in the trenches. We're building these websites. We're testing things, and we've been doing this for a long time, and we've learned a lot along the ways. And so I'm going to share with you what we're finding to maximize the amount of people contacting your business after they hit your website. So now this is what there's a workbook that goes along with this presentation today, and that workbook can be found in the. Send it out via email. You can also just go to my website, mortgagebrokermarketing.com/conversion-workbook, and you can download it there. But there's some exercises and things that we'll use along with this webinar. So, okay, so I'd like to start it off with a question, and participation is very helpful. So the question here is, what is the one online marketing element that will have the biggest impact on the results of your overall marketing efforts? And so participation, again, is key. If you can please drop your questions and or the answer to that question in here. I see James. Hey, thanks for joining us today, man. Thanks. He's saying PPC. PPC will have to be okay. And we got Amber. Hey, nice to see you, Amber. Thanks for joining us. She's saying SEO. Amir said website. Yep. Sarah is saying conversion. Exactly. Yeah. So those are all good answers. What else? What else do we got? And Stephanie, nice to see you. Stephanie saying website. Okay. So really, what's going to have the greatest impact is your website's ability to convert a visitor to a caller. Right. Your website is the hub. This is where everything is centered, right? Your social media, everyone's going to the website, even your referrals will go to your website. Your website's ability to convert a visitor to a caller is going to have the biggest impact on your marketing efforts. And so why is conversion so important? So I'm going to paint two scenarios. And scenario number one, you have 500 visitors coming to your website, right? That's not a whole lot of visitors coming to your website every single month, but say 500 visitors are coming to your website, and your website is converting 5%. So 5% of 500 would mean that you got 25 calls or 25 leads that came from your website. And really 5% is, I've looked at a ton of mortgage websites, and that is sadly the average conversion of a mortgage website. And say you're able, now these 25 leads came in, you're able to convert, when they call in, 30% of them to a paying customer, paying client. And some of you might be able to convert more than that, or convert at a higher rate, but let's just say it's 30%. That would mean you would get 7 new clients. Say the average transaction value, this is very modest for mortgages, but $1,200. That means you would generate $8,400 in revenue. So now again, these are modest examples because 500 visitors isn't a whole lot. The conversion of 30%, you might be able to convert higher than that. So scenario number two is 500 visitors per month. Say we're converting at 15%, that means 75 leads would come in. 75 leads, you convert 30% of those. That would mean 22 new clients. Average transaction value of $1,200 would mean you generated $26,000. So big difference, huge difference there. And just ratcheting up a little bit the conversion of the website. And I'm going to share with you these elements that you can do to increase the conversion of your website. So okay, so can it really have an impact? So I want to show you, this is actually our first website that we built for a mortgage broker back in 2013, and his website looked a lot different, right? This is the one before that we went live with, and we started noticing traffic was coming to the website, and the end result wasn't there, right? There wasn't a whole lot of phone calls happening. And so we knew exactly what we had to do. We were like, okay, we have to look at the website, and the website we had to make some changes. And we knew people in this market were using Yelp, and a lot of so we wanted to bring that experience into this website. So we pulled in these reviews. These reviews on his website here are now streamed in, and so they're dynamic, and the video, right? The video of Sean and some of his colleagues, very short, just kind of welcomes them to the website, gets people to know who they're dealing with. And you see we're adding personality here with Sean, obviously we cut off some of the image here, but we got Sean and his wife, much different than what we had over here on the left. And I think this was like the second or third iteration finally that we finally found something that was working and that we're all happy with. And so can it really have an impact? Now, this one wasn't generating, just changing this above the fold area did a huge difference in his business. It started generating phone calls, and those phone calls he started closing loans from these phone calls. So it has had a huge impact for his business. And now I got a little call tracking report for another client here. I thought it was significant to see when we started, there was like 4 calls coming in, and the amount of calls that are coming in month after month, we're above 40 most of these months, right? And it's consistent month after month, just 40 calls, right? And these are calls that were not coming in before. It wasn't happening before. And so can it have an impact? The answer is absolutely. And so how do we optimize for conversion? What do we do? And there are 8 critical elements to improve the likelihood of someone converting on your website. A conversion being a phone call or a web form being submitted. And so the number one thing that we talked a lot about this on the last webinar is you got to speak to your target avatar, your target customer. You got to know their pains and frustrations, what you know, and you should be able to speak to why they should choose you. And you should be using real images of the team and on the home page and throughout the site, right? You got to be real. People, the fact is, people do business with people they know, like, and trust. So having stock photography on the site with some model in a suit is not going to connect a whole lot. You'll connect a lot better using real images of you, your team, your office, and throughout the website have those images. You should consider using a video and like having a website welcome video, just having a video to welcome them to the website, let them know a little bit about the company. If you have pages for the loan programs, why not have a video explaining who qualifies for that? Or it doesn't have to be these professional, long, drawn-out videos, but something that explains a little bit about the program, who qualifies for them, and how you help them, and maybe some videos explaining why they should choose you versus your competition. And you should leverage social proof, so having real reviews from your real clients on Yelp and Google, and having them on the home page or throughout the site with direct links to these sources where they came from are going to perform much better than if you had a testimonial page on your website and so it doesn't link anywhere. It's not getting pulled in from these different review sites. Then I think people are aware that anyone could have gone in and fabricated that review, and so yeah, it adds a lot of credibility if it actually is directly connected to the Yelp or to your Google reviews. And there's tools out there like Bird Eye or Review Buzz that are that do this and are awesome. And you got to make sure the basics are in order. So having a phone number in the top right corner. You want to ensure that there's a web form on every page. You never know where someone's going to land, and if you're counting on them to go to the contact page, that's actually asking a lot of them, believe it or not. And why not just give them a contact form on every page so they don't have to take that extra step? You're not counting on them to take that extra step. And you can add credibility symbols like with BBB or Yelp. And excuse me. So I see. Okay, so we're gonna. You want to ensure that the calls to action on the pages are speaking to your customer, right? Speaking to your client, and you should tell them what to do next. And you want to make sure the website is mobile optimized. This is very, very important. Likely 40-50% of your people visiting the website are probably doing that from a mobile phone. And you should have a easy click-to-call function. You shouldn't have to zoom in on the mobile phone and copy and paste the phone number. You should just be able to click and call. And you should consider leveraging live chat. So we're gonna dive a little bit deeper into some of these. And the first one I want to talk about is the speaking to your target avatar. And so if you can see Joe Jones through Joe Jones' eyes, then you can sell what Joe Jones buys. And so there's along in the worksheet, there's a avatar that I highly suggest that you take the time to do. You want to know you want to know this information about your clients. Like, what are their pains and frustrations? What are their fears and implications? Their hopes and dreams, their goals. You want to know these things so you can speak to them. And so I highly encourage you to do that. Now, these are some of the demographics that we came up with, and they might work for you, they might not. But really, I highly encourage you to do this for your clients in your market, and then include that messaging in your website. So there's some of the fears and implications, or their goals and their hopes and dreams, and then you can craft messaging that might connect with them, right? And this is just some that I came up with on the fly, but these might not work for you. And we would, if you decided to work with us, this is something we spend a lot of time on and work with you through developing this. So yeah, you got to speak to your ideal customer. Should be real and authentic. Have some real images of you, yourself, your office, obviously you yourself, your team. So yeah, and you should consider using and leveraging multimedia. Right? This video really gets played a lot. People love that infotainment, and that it really gets them to know, like, and trust, to really get to know you, and that's what you want. And leveraging social proof, you should feature those website or those reviews from around the website and directly link to their source. So Yelp, this one came from Yelp, and it's streamed right into his website. And we have a review page for one of our clients, and these reviews get streamed in. So this review page is dynamic. It changes. Reviews get streamed in, and it adds a lot of credibility. You can just click right on the link. It'll take you right to that review, and then you see that's an image of another one that we're streaming in. Another one of our sites. So, and now the next thing we can talk about is making sure the fundamentals are in order, right? Like having a phone number in the top right. You should have an easy to fill out form on every page, and you want to try to add some credibility, some trust. Obviously, this stock photo, this image would do, if it was an image of the owners and his team, it would do a lot better than this image of this model family. But you want to also make sure that that website is mobile friendly. And if you think about it, there's 4.8 billion people now with mobile phones, and 3 out of 5 consumers search for local businesses using their smartphone. So that's and Google now reports that 40% of mobile consumers left your site and went to a competitor's site after a bad mobile experience. So they left your website. If it wasn't mobile optimized, it's very difficult to deal with, they left. And that's huge, 40%. So these websites should have an easy click to call. You got a phone number or phone button in the top, or you click the phone number, it calls, right? And we want to consider. I'm going through these these pretty quickly, but you want to consider using live chat. Now, using live chat. Now, if you think about the amount of people come to your website, and 5 to 10% of those visitors are going to take action on your website, right? So that means they're going to call. Only 5% of them, 5 or 10%. are going to call or fill out a form. It means 90+% of your visitors are leaving without taking any action. And so if we know they just landed on your website and they must be looking for your services, right? They must be looking for a mortgage. They must be thinking about buying a home or refinancing, or they just hit your website. So what you can do, you can have a little chat that pops up, and if they have a quick question, they can drop it in there. And this has been proven to increase the leads by an average of 35%. So 35% increase in leads by just adding a chat. And the systems that we use, you just have to be logged into them, and if someone's on you while you're in the office, someone's on the website and they have a question, they can quickly and easily do that. So some of the key ideas here that we discussed, some of the key ideas here, we talked about adding images, real authentic images of the team and the office, and using them throughout the website. We talked a little bit about adding video elements, and some of those video elements could be having a website welcome video, videos explaining the loan programs. These videos don't have to be long or don't have to be super fancy. It could be shot with your camera phone, and just explain, welcome them to the website, or have a video explaining, who qualifies for a reverse mortgage, things like that. And consider using a video to explain why someone should contact you versus the competition. And when we talked a little bit about showcasing the online reviews and having them more prominently on the homepage, and having a tool, the tools out there like Bird Eye or Review Buzz to pull these reviews in from around the web, like on Yelp and Google. And you want to make sure the basics are in order. So you want to make sure the phone number is in the top right corner. You want to ensure that there's a web form on every page. You should have some credibility, and adding credibility by using like a BBB logo or a Yelp logo that shows how many reviews you have. And you want to make sure that the calls to action on the page are speaking to your customer avatar, and it should tell them what they should do next. And then we talked a little bit about adding live chat to the website. So that's what we did. How do we optimize for conversion? There's 8. Here's a little cheat sheet. If anyone wants it, if you go to mortgagebrokermarketing.com/cheat sheet, you'll be able to download this little wireframe of a website that we drew out. And some of this would give you ideas of how to lay out your website. If you want us to do this, or if whoever you want to do this would be very helpful. And so you can download that by going to mortgagebrokermarketing.com/cheat sheet. And so the next thing, what should you do? What should you implement in your business now? That's going to have a big impact on the conversion rate of your clients, of your customers that are coming to the website. So what I have here is I'm encouraging you to pick 3 things to implement from that list. Pick 3 things and write them down and implement them in the next 30 days, right? And all you got to do is pick 3 of them. You got to write them down. If you write them down, much better chance of you actually getting it done. So pick 3 of these. Does your website speak to your target avatar? Does it address their fears and frustrations, and does it speak to why they should choose you? If not, maybe this is something you want to tackle. Do you have real images throughout your website of you, your team, your office? Do you have any videos? Is there a simple website welcome video, welcoming them to the website? If not, get that done. That's not doesn't have to be terribly complicated. But if you don't have that, maybe that's something you want to consider adding and implementing in the next 30 days. And does your website showcase your online reviews prominently? Are they on the homepage? Does it link directly? Does it pull in the reviews directly from Yelp and directly from Google? Is it like tied in? Then if not, this is something you can implement or might want to consider implementing. And are you making it easy for people to contact your company? Do you have a phone number in the top right corner? Do you have a web form on every page where someone can just drop a note? Because maybe they're not available to pick up the phone at that when they're looking at your website. Maybe they're working, you're not getting a whole lot of work done, and you want to update the calls to action on the page to connect or speak to the avatar, to your customer, to your ideal customer. And if that's not something that you have, that maybe that's something you want to implement, and make sure that if your website's not mobile optimized with an easy click to call function, then make sure you get that done. And so that's that. Now what? So yeah, I highly encourage you to write down those 3 things that you want to implement as a function of today's workshop. Just write them down. You'll have a much higher chance of actually getting it done in the next 30 days. And why I got you on here, if you like to see what we can do for you, if you'd like to see kind of what could be changed and what kind of opportunities there are in your market, we'd love to schedule a strategy session with you. We do these for free. We can't do a whole lot of these per week, and what we do on our end, we analyze your online visibility. We run a report on the most important mortgage keywords in your market, see where you're ranking for those keywords. We're looking at the directory listings. We're going to analyze your online reviews, and same with your social media. And we're going to look at the conversion effectiveness of the website. And all you have to do to schedule this is go to mortgagebrokermarketing.com/schedule, and that link will take you right to my calendar, and you can schedule a time for this strategy session. It's a time that works well for you. So I just want to open it up for any questions. And if anyone has any questions, I see Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie. Nice to see you. These workshops are always a little difficult for me because it's a little bit. I'm not really. It's hard to conversate when I'm not getting any feedback from anyone. I don't know if I need to elaborate on anything, but I hope this was helpful. But Stephanie has a question. She's a real. So yes, you're a realtor. These same things will still apply for your website. Absolutely. Also, we got a question from Amir. How long does it take to build a new website? So how long does it take us to build a new website? We spend a lot of time on this, and we can get a website. We're creating custom graphics. It's all custom, a completely custom website, and we're creating custom graphics. We're writing the unique content for every single page on the website, and we spend a lot of time on our websites, and they take about 6 to 8 weeks. So 6 to 8 weeks is what you'd be looking at if you hired us to get you a new website. And we have another question here from Scott. Thanks, Scott. So when is it a good idea to build a new website? When is it a good idea to build a new website? So that's a good question. Thanks for asking it, Scott. Google likes when you freshen things up, and you just got to pay attention to the website and the URLs of the old website. You want to make sure those old URLs are going to the right place with the new website. You don't just want to leave them dead. And so it's really important. You want to make sure you think about that and the URL structure, but it's good to freshen things up. And think if you think about the number one thing to or when when's a good idea to go with a new website. If your website's not mobile friendly, it's absolutely a good idea to go with a new website. But it's always good to freshen things up. And so that's it. It looks like you guys are all out of questions. There's still a few of you on the line here. So if you guys have I'll hang out for a couple more minutes. I don't know if you guys have any more questions. You know what? Actually, I could. I could just show you a couple websites, and maybe we can, or maybe why don't you guys want me to check out some of your websites? Let me know in the questions or chat to if you want me to check out your website. I'd love to show you, maybe give you some feedback. Yeah, I see a question here from, I can't see who it's from. Do you encourage using Google Ad, like pay-per-click? I do encourage pay-per-click. It could be a great strategy. But once you have your website and the conversion effectiveness of your website in order, if you're sending paid traffic and it's only converting at 5%, that would worry me. That might not be a long-term strategy for you, and you really have to. It's really going to depend on your website's ability to convert that visitor into a caller. So thanks for the question. Thank you very much. Having a hard time finding. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Oh, looks like Karen. Yeah, thanks, Karen. Okay, so maybe if you guys want to drop a website in here. Thank you, Amber. We'll open up her website and check it out. Cool. So this is a nice looking website. I like the nice looking logo. Got the phone number in the right place. You're adding some social proof or some social credibility. Anytime you can give people more behind the scenes information about you and your company, really goes a long way. So now, knowing what we know, another thing I want to point out. I don't know if this might be better usage. Here might be an actual form to contact you, right? That might be a better usage of this area. This is the most important real estate on your website, is above the fold. And the phone number should be real prominent, and maybe a web form I think would do much better here. But what I do like this. It looks very professional, and I like how you have things here in threes. That's our minds process things in threes, and so if you had 8 bullet points here, it might be an overkill. But I like how you got 3, and I see. Oh, okay. See these websites a lot. So e-traffickers. So the one thing so they build these template mortgage websites, and I'll tell you, the one thing that I don't like about their websites is they don't use unique content, right? And that's a huge problem with Google. Google's whole job is to provide the searcher a good result, a good website, a good quality website. And if a website is using content that's copied from many other websites, that's not proving to Google that that's a good website, right? You're not proving to Google that you're going to provide value. If you have some unique content that's talking about a conventional loan that's written for that page, right? So 83% of the page is the same content. Look at this. This guy's website is the exact same as her website, right? So they build the same websites and they use the same content. And so that's a big problem with them. But they build nice, attractive looking websites, but they never do so hot in the search results and things like that. So I maybe look at one more. We got, let me see, do we have one from Rich? Thank you. We'll look at your website here. Perfect. Cool. Yeah, not a bad. And so this is your website. I like it. Like the logo looks very professional. I see the phone number and the email. What's this link? It looks like it goes to your mail or something. Oh, that's not that should be fixed. That's an error. But knowing what we know now, knowing after, does it speak to his target? Does it speak to his target avatar? Is he using real images of his team, of his office? Is there a contact form to contact him? Are we counting on them to go to the contact page, right? So knowing what you know now, what would you do if what would be the first thing you would do to this website? I'll ask that question and wait for some answers. Questions. Here we go, Scott. Thank you. You would make the phone number bigger. Yeah. The phone number looks. Yeah, that's a good idea. Thanks for the question. Appreciate it. And who else do we got? Okay, nice. Okay, Amber, thank you. Amber, yeah, so what would you would change the image, these images, right? You would add some images, right, of the owners. Yeah, I like that. I like that idea. Thank you. So this session is being recorded. I don't see many more questions coming from you guys. I still see some of you guys hanging out on the line, so I'll hang out for a few more minutes. But in the meantime, I will open up. Here we go. I will, just kind of talk a little bit more about the strategy session. If you want to see what we bring to the table, we'll analyze your visibility. We'll look at what can be done next to take you to the next level online. Look at the website conversion effectiveness, and we'll provide a ranking report, your custom keyword list. All this will be provided for you free of charge. Just jump over to my calendar. You can go to mortgagebrokermarketing.com/schedule, and that'll take you right to my calendar, and you'll be able to schedule a time that works for you. So, or you can call us. You can call us at 844-899-9676. And I guess if there is no more questions, I will. Let me see. Is there any more questions? So, thanks for joining us on today's webinar. And I really appreciate your guys' attention. Now, again, if you guys are interested in a free online strategy session, it should take about 20 to 30 minutes. We'll analyze your visibility online. We'll create a custom keyword list and a ranking report to show where you're currently ranking for all those keywords. We'll analyze the reviews and your reviews and your reputation, your social media presence, and we'll look at your online directories and make sure there's consistency and what needs to be improved there. And we'll look at your website and its ability to convert from a visitor to a caller. And I think that's That's it. So just jump right on over to mortgagebrokermarketing.com/schedule to schedule that free online strategy session. And if there's no more questions, I will I guess just I don't see any more questions here. So maybe you guys are all good. Thank you very much for attending today's workshop, and look out for the next one. It'll be next month. I think we're going to talk about Google Maps and how to get ranked in the Google Maps. So that's what we're planning for next month. So keep an eye out in your email. I'll email you the Monday before, and same thing. I'll email you a couple emails reminding you and getting you to schedule for it. So look out for that, and look forward to seeing you guys again soon. Thanks.